Good Wednesday evening, everybody. Live and direct from the News Channel 3 home office backyard. I'm meteorologist Austen Onek with tonight's edition of News Channel 3's video weather blog, Weather Overtime. Thanks for joining me a little bit later tonight, thanks to some car difficulties from earlier today. So apologize for the rather dark background behind me. Sunset was beautiful tonight. Hopefully you had a chance to go see that. If you'd like to see more about what's going on in the forecast, stick around and we'll have more details about what's happening with your forecast into the weekend, which does include some more showers and thunderstorms heading our way. We'll talk about that in just a little while. Currently, a lot of quiet in the area where earthquakes are concerned. We see nothing in the Mid-South that has occurred within about the last 24 hours, according to the Center for Earthquake Research and Information and from the United States Geological Survey. Things are very quiet out there. Hopefully, they stay that way. We'll bring you more information about anything else that happens in the Mid-South or beyond, so stay tuned for that. Currently, for the astronomical phase of our broadcast, the moon is at waning gibbous, 93% illuminated and heading toward the new moon phase. In the course of the next several days and hours, the moon will rise at about 6:20. So as I record this, about a half an hour away or so, it'll be setting at about 8:42 tomorrow morning and rising again on at about 7:21 tomorrow evening or so. That information from cleardarksky.com. If you'd like to see more about what's going on with astronomy across the Mid-South and what you can see in the night skies, check out my Weather Expert Skyblog 3 astronomy blog. It's available in just a little while at WREG.com and at the various social media networks that you see at the bottom of your screen there. When it comes to air quality, we have, again, a lot of problems back into the areas in and around the eastern parts of Tennessee, northern Georgia, the Carolinas, even up into the Virginias area and Kentucky. We are seeing the current conditions out there of air quality at code red. We are looking at some very ugly conditions out there. Memphis remains at about a code yellow, which is not good, but not entirely all that bad. Meanwhile, back to the east of us, we have a lot of problems from those wildfires taking place out that direction, and numerous wildfires being reported across much of the area. That's dampening air quality, including an air quality of about 124 at Hickory, North Carolina, 161 at Garinger, North Carolina, and back into Georgia, just east of Atlanta, around Athens. We've got nearly 170 thanks to all that smoke. Nashville is even seeing some problems at this time with a air quality of 150. So looking at some ugly conditions out there thanks to all that smoke. And briefly, that even went to a code purple, which has not been seen in quite some time. So something to see there. Again, here in the Mid-South there, we don't have a lot to report as quality at this time. A little bit less around Jackson. We've got an air quality index of about 86 degrees, but beyond that, we're just not seeing too much of a problem there. Burn bans in the area, thanks to, again, the large wildfire dangers going on. And we have numerous large fires taking place over about 4 to 5 different states at this point, all from Kentucky all the way down to Georgia and the Carolinas. And again, this is a rather small spot fires throughout much of the rest of the area, so a lot going on out there, and we definitely need some rainfall, but not going to be happening anytime soon. Burn bans in the area. Again, we have all of the News Channel 3 counties under burn bans right now, according to state Mississippi government, and that's going to continue throughout the course of the foreseeable future. This is in effect until further notice. More information from mfc.ms.gov from the Mississippi Forestry Commission website, and from Burn Safe TN. More information about what's going on in and around parts of the area where it comes to fires. You can see numerous fires being reported from the area up around Johnson City, all the way back down to around Chattanooga and south and east of Franklin and Nashville. So a lot going on there. If you'd like to know more about what all this means, all you have to do is go to burnsafetn.org, and more information available from the National Weather Service in Memphis posted at the top of the screen, including county burn bans, all listed in that link right there, and information about the drought. We'll take a look at that in just a little while as well. Poinsett and Cross County in Arkansas remain the only two in the News Channel 3 viewing area under burn bans. No one else in Arkansas in the viewing area under burn bans, but numerous ones added to the list thanks in part to the fact that we have an increased area of wildfire danger. Matter of fact, according to the Arkansas Forestry Division Commission from Little Rock, another area has been designated as a high risk, north central and a small part of northeastern Arkansas as of today. So we're still looking at some pretty dangerous conditions out there. Drought at this time continues to be a very big problem, including into the southeastern United States over a course of about 5 to 6 states right there, including the regional view showing a good portion of eastern Tennessee, especially southeastern Tennessee and east central Mississippi from I-55 roughly back to the Alabama state line as being in portions of an area of extreme or even exceptional drought, which is something that you don't usually see unless you're talking about areas of like the desert southwest around California, which has their own problems at this time, where as of right now, it's looking at we're having more problems to deal with here than in some ways that they are out west. So this is, again, something that we are watching eagerly to see if we wind up with anything in the way of rainfall, none of which is showing up at this point. Very dry conditions for tonight, and as of right now, very clear conditions out there as we watch everybody head on home where it comes to rush hour traffic out across parts of the Mid-South from the Vector system on the Vanderbilt University webcam, and views from around the Mid-South area available from our WeatherBug system at WREG.com/webcams. Hazardous weather. This is kind of interesting as we look ahead about a week or so. According to the Storm Prediction Center and the Climate Prediction Center, we're looking at the possibility of some high winds around the southeastern United States, just outside of the News Channel 3 viewing area, and much below normal temperatures around the 21st of next week. So again, we're looking about maybe a little bit less than a week or so toward about the end of the weekend. Looks like we could be seeing some problems from a new storm system rolling on through. That's something we're going to be watching also with a lot of interest, so stay tuned for more on that. We currently have a new storm system making its way across the country, and as it does, we'll be seeing the better possibility of some showers and thunderstorms as we get from Friday morning into early Friday evening. That'll be our next best chance of rainfall. This storm system may even be cold enough to drop some snow across the northern plain states and back into parts of the Rockies. So we'll be watching that and bring you updates throughout the course of the rest of the week. The main thing we're looking at is, again, for Friday morning around rush hour, that's when the rain will begin. And as we get to around Friday afternoon and evening, that's when the cold front will be coming on through. So there probably will be a pretty good possibility of rain for Friday night football. Rest of the evening tonight, beautiful out there, cool. Temperatures in the upper 40s to lower 50s, just not quite as cool as it has been for a while. High temperatures tomorrow, way above normal, about 15 degrees above normal. So high temperatures back in the lower 80s. Mostly clear for Thursday night with low temperatures again going back into around the lower to mid 50s across much of the area. It's when we get into early Thursday morning that we see again the potential of rainfall, maybe even some thunder showers taking place as we get into around rush hour time for the kids. Best possibility of rainfall will be about mid to late morning to early during the afternoon hours. That does include the possibility of showers and thunderstorms, and then most of that should be clearing the area, but it's not going to be gone until about midnight, and that's where we'll see again the potential for some better possibilities of rainfall. Much colder Friday night into Saturday, with temperatures for lows dropping back into the mid to upper 30s, which means a very cool weekend. Lower 50s for highs on Saturday, and looking at about the same thing going into Sunday with high temperatures only back in the lower to mid 50s. So a very cool weekend out there. Winter Weather Awareness Day for Tennessee was yesterday. Today is Missouri's turn for Winter Weather Awareness Day. This from the Office of the National Weather Service in St. Louis. If you'd like to know more about this and when the next one is for Illinois, it is basically all this week, getting you more updates on what's going on out there where it comes to winter weather. Best to be prepared beforehand. Check out my Facebook page at facebook.com/Austen Onek, WREG, including a very nice view of Eastern Tennessee State University, where my son Tristan is going, and a very nice view of the computing department in and around the area there. So thank you very much for sending that. The food that your state is most known for, Tennessee, is apparently dried ribs, and Missouri is fried ravioli. I had absolutely no idea about that, and more information about that wildfire smoke out there, that's all available at Facebook.com/Austen Onek, WREG. And if you'd like to know more about what's going on weather-wise in 140 characters or less, drop by my Twitter page at twitter.com/aonic_WREG3. Should be a beautiful rest of the evening tonight, quiet and dry. And looking into the course of the rest of the week, things will be, again, a little bit better chances of rainfall, but we're still waiting for that. And until then, we have that very high wildfire danger. So please keep an eye on anything involving fire or flame over the course of the next several days. This is going to be, again, something we're going to need a good, long, soaking rainfall, and we just have not gotten the rainfall. This is typically one of our rainiest months of the year. November is where we get the most rainfall. Usually, on average, we have about 5¼ inches or so from what we usually see in here and around the Mid-South, and we've got barely even a fraction of that. So we are talking about some very dry conditions out there where one cigarette butt just tossed out of the window is going to be able to start a major grass fire. We've seen it happen before. It will happen again, unfortunately, so let's try to prevent that from happening and keep everybody safe out there. Questions, concerns, comments, ideas, anything like that, please email me at austin.onek@wreg.com, and we'll keep you updated on what's going on with the rest of the weather throughout the rest of the week. Tim Simpson has your forecast on News Channel 3 at 6, and Jim Jaggers, of course, has your forecast coming up on News Channel 3 at 10, and join Todd Demers bright and early tomorrow morning for your forecast on News Channel 3 Daybreak. Live and direct from the News Channel 3 home office backyard, I'm meteorologist Austen Onek. This has been the latest edition of News Channel 3's video weather blog, Weather Overtime, for Wednesday evening, the 16th of November. Thanks for joining me here, and keep up to date with what's going on with News Channel 3 on air and online.